Blind Metal Gamer, along with the wonderful and vivacious Kyra Super Saiyan, and it is now time for another episode of the Blindside Podcast. What is up, Kyra?
Hey, Tim, it's good to be back. Hard to believe it's been a month since our last episode already.
Yep, and we have something a bit new to announce as we start the session today. Would you like to do the honors, or would you like me to do the honors?
You go on ahead, Blind.
All right. Um, I want to let everyone know that we are not only recording, but this is going to be streamed live to YouTube and Twitch. You can watch on both platforms and feel free to chat. We can answer your questions as you're filtering them in. So that's the new thing. So that'll be the new format going forward.
All right. So, why didn't you tell them today's theme, Blind?
All right, today we're talking about epic Comic Con adventures and St. Patrick's Day traditions and memories.
All right.
All right, so Kyra, would you like to go first?
Yes. So, in regards to St. Patrick's Day adventures, um, I can distinctly remember it being kindergarten. And we came in from the weekend and we found a pot of gold in the classroom. Our kindergarten and first grade teachers had caught a leprechaun and taken his pot of gold. And it was full of chocolate coins for all the kids. Well, because of the peanut allergy, I got Easter Skittles instead.
Oh, wow.
And, and for years going forward, I really did think it was possible to catch a leprechaun and get his pot of gold.
Oh, nice. All right. As for me and St. Patrick's Day, before I get with mine, yeah, it's quite fitting that we start with St. Patrick's Day because we just had that holiday just
Just
last
last
week.
week on
Yeah.
Monday.
Yep, not even a week ago. So, um, for me, I would say I remember when I was. For those of you who don't know, I went to the school for the school for the blind in our area, and it was a residential school for blind folks. And I remember making green milkshakes.
Yeah.
Yes, we had these. We made it was chocolate milkshakes, but we added I think green candy or something to them to make them
It
green.
was probably green food coloring.
No, I don't think it was green food. I think they had brought in actual chocolate shamrocks that were green in color, and we blended all that up with ice cream and milk and
Okay, because
mints.
usually food coloring goes well with
Hmm.
chocolate.
Right, and we had gotten that, and we ate those, and we got those, and we made that, and we drank those up. Oh man. And I do have another funny St. Patrick's Day story from later on. This was, I had started work. Yes, Kyra and I both have lives, just so you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
Kyra just started a new job. Yay.
so one day I was messaging a colleague, don't forget to wear green or you'll get pinched. Well,
Oh no.
according to certain technology, it didn't say we would get pinched if we didn't wear green. You want to know what it said, guys?
What?
We would get punched. A punch to the face if we did not wear green. I'm like, you stupid phone.
I can remember specifically in elementary school in particular, we would get in trouble if we pinched any students for not wearing green. And unfortunately, I was on the receiving end of that once. And that got me and another kid in trouble. Me because I got pinched. The other kid, get out of the trash can, you little shit. Sorry, my cat, ladies and gentlemen. And it got the other student in trouble for pinching me. And I was sitting in the principal's office crying. I'm like, why did I get in trouble? I got pinched.
Mhm.
Oh, and another
Oh
thing that
man.
happened was my sister and I stayed up all night on St. Patrick's Day Eve one year. We really tried to catch
Hmm.
a leprechaun. Well, we found out very quickly leprechauns are made up and that you can't really catch them if you try. But it was a fun memory because me and my sister were like dogs and cats growing up.
Hmm.
And so this led to one of our famous sleepovers in my room because we had spent all night trying to catch a leprechaun. And I had twin beds, she had a double bed, so my room was more ideal for her to spend the night in anyway.
Oh wow.
But I am, ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry you had to hear me cussing at my cat.
Oh, it's nothing new here, Kyra. Don't worry.
That's true. You have gotten onto your cat during our episodes before.
And I even threw a rager.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Ragers anymore.
Yeah, that was something. Thank God I was able to edit that out. But okay,
Boys,
as far as
you're talking about something they're not supposed to know about.
but back to St. Patrick's Day. Um, I remember one time, and so I told this colleague about what had happened with the phone and the message,
Yeah.
and they go, "Oh wow, I didn't know that I could punch you for not wearing green." I'll remember that to wear green because I don't want to punch to the face.
Well, because I don't believe in the pinching tradition, but I also don't want to get pinched. Wear I wear green every St. Patrick's Day now because your girl Kyra is Irish or a little bit Irish.
Hmm.
We're Scotch Irish in my family, and I actually had the perfect shirt. I actually I actually wear a SpongeBob St. Patrick's Day shirt. So instead of it being St. Patrick, it is Patrick from SpongeBob dressed as a leprechaun.
Now that's cool. That's unique.
He, oh, I love it.
Oh yeah, and I want to quickly just say to anyone who celebrated a birthday on St. Patrick's Day or around St. Patrick's Day, this birthday shout out is for you. So if
Yeah.
you're watching, anyone who celebrated a birthday on St. Patrick's Day or is celebrating a birthday around now, birthday shout outs, happy birthday wishes to you all. Um,
Yeah, I know people who have celebrated birthdays this week.
hmm. Oh yeah. Um,
I'm not going to say who for personal reasons,
right,
but
right, 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 right. Right. So, Kyra, do you have any more St. Patrick's Day adventures?
well, actually, there is one more. Every time, every time, uh, every this time of year, every year, I go to McDonald's and get one thing in particular. I
Mhm.
get me a Shamrock Shake. It is bright green, it is minty, and it is yummy.
Now, your boy Blind has to know. Do they come with a zero sugar version for those that need to watch their sugar intake?
Unfortunately, they do not because it is ice cream. It is a milkshake. I don't think zero sugar would be remotely possible for this.
Oh, so us folks who have to watch our sugar intakes who want to be healthy got to avoid that one.
Well, I mean, maybe getting the good news is it comes in multiple sizes. So getting the
Great.
smallest size and making that your
Ah.
only sweet for the day wouldn't hurt. But you know, it's got mint in it. It's got ice cream. It's got a maraschino cherry, although I always order without the maraschino cherry. So, it's gonna be a little bit sweet.
Okay, I figured I would just inquire for those who might be wondering
We all
about that
know who
one.
you were inquiring for, blind.
No, not just me, not just self. I'm thinking there might be, some other people might want to know too,
Well, I
just out of
mean,
curiosity.
I would say if you have, I would say, if you're healthy enough to where you can indulge in one sweet treat every once in a while, do it. But if it's gonna kill your blood sugar, don't do it. You know.
Oh yeah,
But unfortunately, it is ice cream, and it just ice cream doesn't really have that many low sugar options.
very true. So those who,
Especially in restaurants. You gotta remember this is McDonald's. Healthy
oh
food
yeah,
is You gotta
oh
remember
yeah,
this is McDonald's. Healthy food is not on their agenda. I mean,
no, it is not.
I can remember the supersize options. What about you, Blind?
I remember those. Oh my God, Kyra, you don't get me started on supersize because,
We had to watch
woo-wee.
that documentary in school.
Oh God, um, yeah, and the guy ended up having a lot of health issues because of it.
Well,
Um,
not he's also been discredited because he may have had some pre-existing conditions he should have addressed beforehand.
hmm But that's a topic for
Okay,
another day.
moving on to Comic Con.
Yes, it's time for Comic Con adventures. All right, you did the last topic. Would you like me to go first this time?
I would like to start out with probably my favorite Comic Con guest. I have had the Get out of here, stupid cat. I have had the pleasure of meeting the voice of SpongeBob not once, but twice, and I've got multiples of his autograph. And the last time I met him, I guessed his favorite quote from the show correctly. And that got him so excited. And he started saying the quote and be like, yes, I used to say that to my kids when they were little. And for those of you wondering, it is from the first Christmas episode from Patchy the Pirate, where he goes, you, I'm ignoring. Apparently, he used to point down to his kids and say it. Well, now they're taller than him, so he has to point up to him and say it. But
Oh
oh my
wow,
gosh, it is so fun because celebrities love it when you guess information like that because it knows that their fans care about him. And not only that, I got another autograph, and even though he wasn't supposed to personalize it, he personalized it so that the recipient would know it came from me, so that they'd always cherish it.
nice. Now you've had some interesting Comic Con adventures with some wrestlers. Can you talk about
Yes,
that over here?
I have met one of Blind's favorite wrestlers, Sergeant Slaughter. He's a really good dude. In fact, one time I met him, I got to take home an enamel pen and get a hug from him. Oh, Sarge is a really swell guy. He loves his fans.
Did you meet any wrestlers that were not so swell that were a bit cranky?
That would be Jake the Snake. When I met him, he was on oxygen, and that was a temporary thing because I saw him a second time and he wasn't. And just, he had no people at his table, and he looked at me like I had three heads. As if to say, "What is this punk ass kid doing here?"
Yeah, he probably was not the greatest of spirits. You know.
Especially being on oxygen, that can take a lot out of people, make them cranky.
Oh
But
yeah.
you know, it's a shame that that happened. But I'm just not really a big wrestler fan. At the time, I was meeting them on Blind's behalf, seeing what I could get out of them. Wrestlers don't really like it when you come up to them just to say hi.
Now I'd had a bit of a different experience with that. In 2019, I got to meet former WWE superstar and mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee, Kane.
Yeah,
Now he was cool. This is back when I had vision. I don't have the vision anymore,
and
but
which is a tragedy.
which sucks. We'll get into that another day. But I asked him. I said, "I'm visually impaired. I was wondering about the mask. May I touch it?" He goes, "Yeah." It was for those who cannot see, who might be watching or listening. Um, it was a rubbery feeling mask. It was
Oh,
rubber feeling. It was a rubbery feeling.
probably latex in
That's
that
what I'm
case.
thinking too. But he was a cool dude, and he was cool. We talked for a minute, and I'll never forget
Yeah,
that. If I ever get to see him again, I'm gonna thank him. I'll never forget that.
some celebrities are really fun. Another one I really liked was Greg Sipes. I actually still to this day wear the wristband he gave me when I got his autograph. And he said, "Yeah, take another one, give it to your friends." And I came back to college because I was living in the dorms at the time
Hmm.
and was telling her about Comic Con. And she's like, "Oh my gosh." And when I told her about Greg Sipes, she's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Here, I've got something that you'll like." And it just made her day to get a wristband from the one celebrity she wanted to meet but couldn't because she was working.
Hey, anything to make their day. I mean, But yeah,
Yes,
hopefully,
celebrities are so much fun to meet.
hopefully, me and Kyra can go to a Comic Con at some point.
We're gonna get you there, but you're gonna to have a whole lot of assistance. That facility has done a complete 180 in what you're used to. Like, we will have to get you on the elevators because I'm not gonna see blind go tripping and falling down an escalator.
No, you don't want that.
So I'm gonna have to watch you like a hawk blind if I get you to Comic Con.
Hmm.
But that's yeah. And another another experience I really liked was I got to meet Kevin Eastman, the co-creator of the TMNT, the Teenage Mutant Ninja
Nice.
Turtles, and he was a bargain for $35. I could get his autograph and an emblem, like a sketch of the Ninja Turtles, for example, like one Ninja Turtle's face,
Hmm.
for example.
Hmm.
And I got to talk to him just for a second because the line was super long.
Hmm.
But that was one of the best experiences of my life.
Nice.
He is really cool. And the fact that he was offering an autograph and a decal drawn for $35,
That's
that was
not bad.
so cool.
That is
That's
not
like
bad.
that's like the most expensive autograph. John DiMaggio from Futurama, 80 fucking dollars.
$80 for John DiMaggio.
Unfortunately,
I'm out. Blind is out.
it was a once in a lifetime opportunity, you know.
I know. I get it. I get it. But still,
See, I normally wouldn't spend that much on an autograph, but of every single celebrity that was coming, he's the one I wanted the most.
man, that what? Well, but yeah, you got to prioritize.
I know, but I usually prefer to spend $50 on average for an autograph, which is about what your typical celebrity charges.
Not bad. Not bad. So, um, let's see. I've only been to one Comic Con. That in 2019. That was the only one I went to.
And that same Comic Con has tripled in size since you've been there. Mark my words, you are gonna have a hard time navigating the next time.
We'll see about that. So,
Hey, with your vision, I'm not saying it's gonna be easy.
so Kyra, um, did you when you were at Comic Con, did you get to see any type of we both got to try something pretty interesting from Japan from your last Comic Con experience. Would you like to share that, or would you like me to share that?
Oh, right. There are a ton of import booths in there. Two in particular stand out. There is a um there is a gachapon booth, which for those who don't know, that is a Japanese vending machine. It gives out toys, much like this little octopus, come on, octopus car that came out of it. And the other neat experience was a Japanese food vendor, and I got to try something that Japan is famous for: Japanese Kit Kats.
Oh
We
yes,
tried strawberry flavored, and I think Blind will agree when I say they taste like real strawberries.
they do. I got to try one too, and it was the miniature version, not the
Yeah,
big
they were
version.
miniature. Yeah, I should have specified. Japanese Kit Kats tend to come in miniatures, not full size.
And that so we got each got to try one, and
Yeah, courtesy of our friend who bought them for us.
yes, so shout out to this friend who's awesome. Um, and it was that was an interesting experience. I would love to get just a variety pack of those
Oh, I know.
if I'm able.
In Japan, in
Hmm.
Japan, there's over 100 flavors of exclusive Kit Kats.
Oh
Like,
God,
they have flavors that you will never get to try here in the States.
what I would love to do, Kyra, if we could do it, is maybe get some of those Kit Kats, a good variety for each of us, and react to them.
Uh, I know a place where I could get a variety pack, but it would cost me about $40, but I'll see what I
Mm.
can do.
All right, well maybe
Hey,
that might be a thing that we might do. That just don't count
we
on it.
could do it. We could do it for a bonus episode if we wanted to.
Maybe we got to make sure. I'll just say certain things are in line, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because it's the time of the year, brother, brother, brother.
Well, if we did it, we would make sure that we each do maybe two apiece. Just
Yeah,
stupid. So that so that we don't have any health consequences, because blind is not the only one watching certain health issues, if you get my drift.
right.
Not to get into my health, but just throwing
We're
that out there.
right. We're just being health conscious. So, um, okay. We've talked about St. Patrick's Day. We've talked about Comic Con. Um, I do have it. When you were at Comic Con this year, did you get to
Uh-huh.
see any interesting toys that you've not gotten to see anywhere else?
I mean, that's every year at Comic Con. You never know what you're gonna find. Like, there's this one vendor, they specialize in imported video games. So, like, I will see a ton of Japanese video games and video
Oh
game
God.
systems.
Oh God.
And there's another vendor, they
Hmm.
specialize in vintage Barbies from the 80s and 90s.
Oh
And I
wow.
swear it takes all my willpower not to pick one up.
Then I would want to see them Japanese video games just to see what they're like.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But the thing is, they're region locked, so you wouldn't be able to play
mm,
them on any old console.
oh
Well, I mean, that's how it works now. Oh,
yeah, I know.
and there are plushie vendors everywhere. One of my favorite Comic Con traditions is to bring home a plushie.
Oh nice. Which one did you bring home this year?
Oh, I didn't. Unfortunately, I was on a budget and couldn't get anything for myself this year. But when I went in December, I got this cube of a calico cat. And it is a calico cat that kind of
Hmm.
is in the shape of a small box.
Hmm.
And it's one of my favorites.
Now, for those who cannot see, if they were to feel the Calico Cat cube, could they feel its ears, or was it more of a visual
Oh,
thing?
no ears. Like, it has ears and a tail.
Hmm.
And it is soft, but it definitely has a more square shape than a traditional plush cat would.
Ah, interesting. Now, when you went to GalaxyCon in December, you got to meet Mick Foley, didn't
Just for a second, I didn't really engage with the
you?
wrestlers much, because I know how wrestlers feel about people that don't want to get autographs, and so I looked for wrestlers, but I didn't really seek them out.
because I do want to say something real briefly for those who are wrestling aficionados and fans of Mick Foley and Dark Side of the Ring. That show is coming back this Tuesday, March 25th.
Awesome.
So when the audio version of this goes live, it'll be out either on YouTube or Hulu. The first episode of season 6, they're going to cover Hell in a Cell and Mick Foley's match specifically from King of the Ring 1998.
Awesome. Yeah, there was another convention I was at a couple years ago, and Butterbean was one of the guests. Now that was pretty cool.
Now, for those, would you like me to give some history on Butterbean? Would
You
you like?
better do it because that's more your expertise rather than mine.
All right, for those who don't know, the WWF or WWE now had a thing called the Brawl for All because a wrestler, JBL, was basically running his mouth that he could whoop up on everybody in the back. So they had this tournament, and they originally wanted the late great Dr. Death Steve Williams to win the tournament, right? So they could
Right.
feud him and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, Dr. Death got a legit injury in I think it was either the first or the second round of the tournament.
Uh
And for
huh.
those who don't know, these fights were not works, they were shoots. They wanted to put everybody in a MMA shoot fight environment with punching and takedowns. Well, Dr. Death had the wrestling acumen for that, freestyle wrestling. He didn't have, he got, knocked out and got hurt. And so Bart Gunn uh, won it. He basically knocked everybody out and won the thing. And so to punish Bart Gunn, you would think they would have rewarded him, right? You would have thought, wouldn't that be the logical thing? Hey, he won the tournament. He's got potential with that right hand. Let's use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what they did?
What?
They punished him. WrestleMania 15. You can find this on YouTube or on Peacock or Netflix if you're in the UK. They brought Butterbean in for Bart's punishment, and they were going to
Oh
have
no.
Butterbean. He was over 400 pounds at the time. So just imagine going up against a 400-pound man in a boxing match and him knocking you like that.
Oh yeah, Butterbean, he's humongous.
Now imagine being hit by that. Okay,
Yeah.
in your mind, just imagine someone like that popping you in the mouth or on the. So Bart tried his best, but Butterbean knocked him out with a straight right and knocked him out cold. He looked like he was dead.
Ugh.
That was Bart Gunn's punishment. Now, isn't that stupid?
Yeah.
I mean, why would you just bring him in just to knock out Bart Gunn, who they could have used Bart Gunn in the right way and booked him right, but they didn't.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the brief history of Butterbean. And for those of you who like video games, I think it's Undisputed, the new boxing game that just came out for Steel City Interactive. He's a playable character, I believe, or he's DLC.
Yeah. Speaking of boxing games, there is actually this old game on Xbox 360 I like, and it's utterly ridiculous. It is called Facebreaker. It gets its name because the signature finishing move is breaking your opponent's face.
Hey, Hope, what's
They
up?
they look so pitiful when they've been beaten. Their face is swollen and bruised, but th- it's just such a fun game because it's not real I mean, it's not real people. It's all made up characters, and what you're doing. And there's three moves that it's known for: the haymaker, the brick breaker, the face breaker. Going
Hmm.
in that order in severity, and just knocking the shit out of these characters is hilarious.
Oh, I know. I played the demo on PS3, and I wish I would have bought the full game. I loved the demo. Oh, and
I
by
I wonder if you could still play it now.
I don't know. So, Kyra, Hope Case Wander has joined the chat. She says hello.
Hey,
She says, "What's up?" So, Hope, we're talking about St. Patrick's Day and Comic Con. Do you have any St. Patrick's Day memories you would like to share with the chat? But yeah, uh, I mean, that game was a good game. Facebreaker was another game I remember. I don't know if you remember this one, Kyra. Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
I've heard of it. I just never played it.
I did, and that game would make me rage.
Yeah, I didn't
Sublime's
really
Ray.
play many physical fighting games like Facemaker, but I played it when I was at a certain place I don't like to talk about anymore. It was actually very entertaining to me.
Oh, cool. So, okay, I think we've covered everything. Wouldn't you think there, Kyra?
Yes, I believe so.
All right. So, with that being said, Kyra, would you like to tell them what we're going to be doing next month?
It's the same old tradition we do every year. We are covering Easter.
Yep, we're going to cover Easter traditions, Easter memories, how to and we're going to add something new this time: how to treat yourself during Easter. Because
Oh, that'll
I
be fun
think
because I love treating myself at Easter.
for those, and we're going to not only talk about that, but how you can, cope with certain things. Because I know around this time, I'll just say blind has had things that I've had to deal with
Well,
for the past few
that's actually a
years.
good thing because this year I'm having to rethink how I do Easter because of certain things in my personal life I won't get into. So I think that's a really good idea.
So yeah, this year we'll cover how to treat yourself during Easter, things you can do if you don't want to do the traditional egg hunt or bunny rabbit deal. So it'll be a good little episode for us, and it'll be a good episode for everybody. So with that being said,
Especially the adults who celebrate Easter, particularly ones who don't have family to celebrate with.
right, but we'll get into that next time.
Okay.
All right. So Kyra, you got any closing remarks before we head off?
I would just say if you get the opportunity to celebrate Comic Con, go for it. But definitely be prepared. Know the layout of where you're going because these things are often massive. They're often crowded and stuffed to the gills with people. You just need to know what you're getting into first.
Yes, and for those who are visually impaired who might need a sighted assistant to help you navigate, don't be ashamed to ask for help. Don't be ashamed to, say, hey, I might need help navigating this. Hell, you could have, that be another friend to go with you.
I mean, that would be the plan if Blind and I went together.
Yep. And that would be a good experience. So, with that being said, I want to thank Kyra. I want to say thank you to Hope for dropping by, though you were in a bit late. But for those who did not watch the video version live on YouTube or Twitch, it'll be on demand on YouTube, and the audio version will be out on Spotify, YouTube, and other platforms later this week or early next week. With that being said, for Kyra Super Saiyan, I've been your host, Blind Metal Gamer, saying, as always, if you like what you see and you want more, hit that subscribe button here on the YouTube channel and on Twitch. Follow me over there too, so you'll check out even great content when we do more of these. Isn't that right, Kyra?
That's right.
Because this is the new format going forward. So with that being said, so long everyone. Peace out, and I'll see you next time.
This is Kaya Super saying, stay golden.
So how
Let's
was
see.
that? How was that?
I think that went really good.